Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm sitting in my 2004 Pontiac GTO. Let's see, 4 days ago, I just finished putting in the brand new throttle bearing / slave cylinder. All the clutch fluid, the hydraulic fluid drained out. Now when I was done putting everything together, we did the best we could as far as getting all the air out of the line. It definitely didn't go as good as I thought it would. So my clutch was pretty spongy on Tuesday, Wednesday as well. It was pretty spongy. Actually at this point it actually feels pretty good. It feels fine, to be honest with you. But in this video here, I'm going to show you two methods that I'm going to try and getting any extra air that may be still in it. It seems like, honestly, it seems like after I've been driving it for a few days, it actually fixed itself, and it really doesn't feel like there's any air in the line, but we're going to try it anyway. So the first method we're going to try is something that I read about. Don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. So basically what I'm going to do is with my foot, I'm going to push the clutch in, and then I'm going to slide my foot off so it springs back up. We're going to call it the clutch popping method. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, so I'm going to do that a few times, you know, just push it to the floor and then just slide my foot off to the side and let the clutch pop back up. And we'll see if we get anywhere. This second method I'm going to show you today is I got a vacuum pump. You can buy this at any auto parts store. I paid $36 for this, I believe. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a lot more expensive than that. I saw somebody else on YouTube using one, and you know, I figured I'd give it a shot. As you can see, I don't think any air came out at all. I honestly think I think just driving it around actually got all the air out of the system. But that technique obviously, cycles the clutch fluid around through the lines and through the reservoir quite well. Okay, so the next step, we're gonna try the vacuum pump. What I did is I just hooked it up to the hose, hooked it up to the little bucket thing, and put this little nozzle tip on it. Alright, so here's my reservoir sitting straight up and down. The hose comes out from the side. Now some of them, they'll come out from the bottom, which would make this a lot easier, but mine comes out from the side. So what I'm going to try to do is get this nozzle in the reservoir, and then I got to angle it to the side. Obviously all this hose is complete overkill for what I need, but I don't really want to risk sucking any of the brake fluid up into my pump, so better safe than sorry. I'm going way overkill with this. Alright, well, this method isn't going to work. Okay, so the way I was able to get it set up is there's this little plastic elbow that, or this little rubbery elbow that came with it. So I ended up using the same nozzle head, but I just put that little 90 degree on it. So now I'm going to try pumping it. Okay, it is creating pressure, so we do have a good seal. Oh yeah, wow. That's actually quite a few bubbles coming up. So there was actually a lot of air in my line, even though it felt fine. So I would honestly have to say the first method that I tried, it's effective, but it's not going to get all the air out of the line. It at least will cycle the air through. But I mean, I saw a few tiny bubbles come up when I reviewed the video, but not that much. But definitely for a temporary fix, I'd go with the first method, but as soon as you can, definitely this vacuum pump is working great. I mean, that's a lot of bubbles coming up. I really didn't think I'd be getting this much air out, because I'm going to be honest with you, my clutch felt perfectly fine. It was terrible when I first, the first day I was driving, but wow, that's actually a lot of air. It's amazing my clutch worked. And according to the gauge on the pump, I'm at about minus 70 kPa. Okay, so now what I'm going to try is I'm going to try pulling this out and letting some more clutch fluid go back in to the line. But yeah, as you can see, it's just a little elbow with the same tip on it connected to the hose. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to pump the clutch pedal a few times, see if anything happens. Now I'm going to pop the clutch a few times, just push it and drop it. Okay, now I'm going to try and feed this back into the line. Make sure you don't get any brake fluid, because this is .4 brake fluid for the clutch fluid. Make sure you don't get any of this on your paint. It'll peel the paint right off your car. Alright, so now I'm going to create some more suction. And we are clearly still getting more air out. Okay, so that's the second round of trying to pump it out. I was still getting a lot more air, so I'm going to go cycle the clutch a few more times. Alright, we're going to try popping the clutch a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is go drive around a little bit and, see if it feels any different. So, let's go.